might use some salty language in this podcast. So if you're concerned about hearing the fuck word, then fuck off!
Welcome to Booze and Glues, a justifiable excuse for two friends to spend time together, cross crafts off their to-do list, and, of course, drink. With glue guns and wine glasses at the ready, join Jessye Shepherd and Tabitha Davis as they attempt to simultaneously chat, craft, chug and charm. Will they consume alcohol? Definitely. Will they actually accomplish anything? Debatably. Will they bitch and complain? Inevitably. Will it be a bloody good time? Absolutely. And if things don't turn out just as planned, well, that's okay too. Because booze!
Hey! We're back.
We're back!
Tab's stupid.
We really mean that doubly today.
Because I might have just recorded 20 minutes of nothing and or only Jessye talking. But hey, you learn as you go. We don't have super producer Brad tonight to take care of all this shit for us.
He ditched us and now he's stalling, probably so he could be like, oh, I'm just not gonna come and go see the Avengers.
What a douche.
You know that's what he's doing.
I know that's what he's doing. Such a scam.
I'm gonna text him right now. Also, we know
what you're up to. It's okay to call people a douche, right?
Yeah.
Because there's so many words now that I feel like you shouldn't call people because, you know, they can be offensive. Like, you know, I'm not going to say them, but people say things that I'm like, oh, but have you considered that you're saying that? Like, and it could be hurtful. Like, why is that a bad thing? Okay, I will say one. This is one recently that came up. Cocksucker. If you're calling someone that in like a derogatory way, and then I'm like, wait, why did that become like a derogatory term? And then what are you implying? That because you do that, you're a bad person? No.
Because last time I checked, you probably really like people sucking it.
Right? Also, I'm a cocksucker.
Also, Tab does that sometimes.
Come on. Admit it.
I never do.
Just own it.
I wouldn't touch one of those things with a 10-foot pole.
That's right. Jessye's is not a married woman yet.
Nope.
She can't admit to anything.
Never even seen one. I couldn't even draw a picture of a penis if I tried.
No, for a fact that's not true. I have played games with you where you drew pictures of penises.
That's just because somebody's drawn a penis for me.
Beforehand, you were like, oh, that's what it looks like.
Oh, I have to look forward to that.
Yay. So, we are still working on wedding stuff because there's only just over a month to the wedding.
37 days.
It's wild.
I gotta start signing my name differently. That's what's tripping me out.
Yeah, that's some patriarchal bullshit right there.
Yeah, Blake would not change his name to Bastard. I really tried.
I know. He doesn't even like the hashtag.
Yeah.
Come on, that's just in good fun.
Bastard. That's freaking Moneyballsy.
I don't know. Do you think men have like the connotation around the word bastard to like a man is somehow more degrading than it? Like, I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
I just think it's our two last names melded into one beautiful.
Right.
Beautiful,
hilarious name that sounds kind of naughty. Yeah.
And it's funny.
It's way funny. I love it.
I probably would have never... Well, I don't know. Probably if he'd have said yeah, I said, cool, let's we're gonna do it.
Let's think about it. Let's really put this on the table. Yeah. Well, you know, what are you gonna do? You can still always come back from the Social Security office with any name you want.
That is true.
But you do have to pay for it every time you do it. So
Yeah.
you make sure that it's worth that $50 or whatever. I'm going to say that's the neighbor kid playing basketball
We're
outside.
playing basketball.
What was that basketball movie? Love and Basketball?
We love our basketball.
Is that the theme song to it?
Well, I don't know, but that is a song. I don't remember where it's from.
Oh, Space Jam.
No.
No? I don't really know for sure if it was Space Jam, but I did hear like a hot take on something the other day that made me laugh so hard, which was, what if the plot of Space Jam like becomes a real thing? It's not that far off, okay? So Trump is gonna talk to Kim Jong, whichever one it is now, right?
Okay.
I can't remember. All of a sudden, my brain just froze.
I don't even care
Ill.
to know.
Okay, so he's gonna go talk to Haircut. Actually, they're both kind of Haircut. We can name them both Haircut. We can name them Wig and Haircut, Toupee and Haircut.
Sure.
Okay, so Toupee's gonna go talk to Haircut, right? Haircut's big into, you know, American 90s culture, from what I gather.
Okay, that's interesting.
There was the whole thing with Rodman going to North Korea and being all buddy-buddy and stuff. What if they just get, like, all the 90s basketball players to go sweet-talk him out of his nukes? And then, like, in essence, Michael Jordan could be saving the world.
I love it.
And-
As long as it's not LeBron James saving the world, that's all I care about.
Why? You don't like
I'm a
LeBron?
LeBron James fan.
I mean, I can't say I'm a LeBron James fan. I can't say I know or care anything about him. But some people seem to.
He's a good basketball player.
Mm.
I will give him that. But I just am not a LeBron
But he's
James.
also a douche.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. We can call I feel like I can call anyone a douche because I can own that. Like, what? Are you going to argue with me how it's offensive for me to call you a tool that squirts water into someone's vagina? Because I don't find that offensive to any certain group of people.
That's true.
I think it's just an apt. I mean, I don't really know if that's much of an insult either, but it's fun to say. And especially if it's a douche bag, because then you're like, specifically, you're just the bag that holds the water.
Yeah, you don't even get to go into the vagina.
It's going to be adjacent to. Yeah.
Then you get squeezed.
Yes, well, so back to weddings. We are folding silverware, and by we I mean Jessye.
Ooh.
Because she's a control freak and she won't let me do it. No, I'm just kidding. Mostly, I'm just sitting across from her, and I haven't reached that far over to get stuff. But it looks really cute, very classy. You got to steal on Amazon, from what I gather.
Yeah, dude. Amazon. That's where you gotta get all your plastic cutlery for your cheap-ass wedding.
And what I love, cheap-ass wedding. No weddings are cheap.
I can promise you, it still ain't cheap, but it must
Yeah.
be cheaper than other people's.
I can't imagine spending as much money as people do. So yeah, I mean, Amazon might become our overlord at some point, but like I will bow down to its gloriousness because I hate shopping so much. I order everything online and then I try it on in the comfort of my own home and I can be disgusted and put it back in a bag and ship it back for free. I don't have to do it in a Target dressing room.
True that.
I tried on like 12 dresses in a Target dressing room not that long ago because I was like, what am I going to wear to Jesse's bridal shower? And it was an awful experience, basically. I did find the polka dot dress that I wore to your bridal shower.
That's
But,
cute.
but I probably look like a mom in it.
Well, if Mackenzie didn't tell you, then you didn't look too much like a mom.
That's true. My boobs were out. So,
Oh. Oh.
Maybe that keeps me from looking too momish.
That's true.
Showing boobs.
I'm surprised Trish didn't say nothing.
I know. I kind of was like, ooh, this dress is a little low cut. And then the other day, so I washed it and I went to put it back on and I forgot that I had like loosened the straps way up and I like put it on and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I wore this to Jesse's bridal shower. It's so low cut. And then I was like, oh wait, let me tighten the straps back up. That's better. Keeping things in place at least. Yeah. Like I said, it's the only thing I got going for me. So,
it's not the only thing you have going for you.
I mean, look, you don't want to look at anything else, but at least there's cleavage.
God,
that's
my
what I'm
hair
saying.
is itching my face. Have you noticed this? Like,
yeah, you have been kind of
this whole time.
You don't get allergies, do you?
Apparently this year I do.
Oh, yay!
Because I've been sneezing up a snot storm.
Yeah, I've been bad enough that I'm taking Zyrtec, Flonase, which is steroid nose spray, Aslan, which is an antihistamine nose spray, children's Benadryl.
Wow.
And, like, that might be why I feel so exhausted.
There was one night that I thought I was getting sick. Like I said, I really never had allergies. I'm, like, one of those people that everybody hates because I, like, have so few issues. I've been lucky that way.
Yeah.
Allergies is one of those
We know,
things.
bitch.
So,
Jesse's perfect.
Perfect, you guys.
She's glorious in every way.
But yeah, so...
But you can't hate her because she's too sweet.
But yeah, like, so I, like, was, like, my nose was running one day, and I was like, oh my God, Blake, I'm getting sick. This is gonna freaking suck. And then the next day, it was, like, the same shit. And I was
and
like...
you were never, like, getting
this isn't
actually
getting
sick?
worse.
Yeah.
Like, I just hope that this comes and goes. And then it, like, kind of got better. And then I was just sneezing a bunch. And I'm like, fuck, I think this is allergies.
Yeah. I always know when it's not a cold and it is allergies because, like, my blood itches. Like, everything on me feels, like, irritated and itchy. Like, my skin itches and my hair's touching me. And everything is, like, aggravated. Like, down to, like, my cells. I'm like, ugh. Yeah.
Yeah,
So maybe the itchy hair is a little bit of...
yeah.
I don't know. Chico is, like, a hotbed, man. Like, things grow here that only grow in, like, jungles.
Well, and I think that's
It's wild.
like, you know, because people always say if you were born here, it's, like, easier or something. Like, you don't have
Maybe
as many
your
problems as
body
people
gets
that, like, get transplanted
the
here.
way allergies work.
I don't know.
Allergies work by, like, an allergen being introduced to your immune system and your immune system reacting to it. So, like, I was perfectly fine around cats until I was, like, 12 years old. And then all of a sudden, my immune system was like,
Just kidding.
this is a problem, attack this thing. You know? So, I mean, you can develop allergies at any point.
Yeah, well, because, like, my mom isn't really bothered by him either. And she was born here, so I felt like it kind of made sense. But now I'm starting to get it. I just hope that I don't turn into... My dad gets, like, really bad hay fever.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there were some years where, like, he was, like, taking time off work. I mean, granted, he works outside, and...
Right.
So, it's a little different. But, like really bad.
Well,
like,
I will say... Oh, and I also am doing this, and it does help a lot, is, like, sinus rinses.
Oh,
That's
the old
huge.
neti pots?
Yeah, I don't do the neti pot thing, though, because you have to, like, tip your head in a certain way, and I feel like it always ends up going down my throat, and then I'm just freaking out and, like, feel like I'm drowning.
Oh.
So I do the ones where it's the squeeze bottles.
You waterboard yourself?
Yeah, because you can be upside down over the sink, so it never, like, is, like, going down your throat when you do it that way.
Oh.
But it really has made, like, a huge difference in the last few years for me.
I haven't felt as bad as I did, like, those 2 days where I really thought it was
Can we
done.
get some silverware over here? Just give me a heap of silverware. Oh.
Did you watch my YouTube trick?
No, I did not, but I'm watching you right now. Okay. And I feel like I can handle it.
Are you sure? Are you ready?
I'm gonna just... let me just explain to you what you do.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. You put the open side up. You put the knife to where it touches, and then you put the fork on top of it. Then you fold up, and then you fold over, and then you roll.
True that.
Okay, I've been watching you. I've been studying. I'm paying close attention.
I figured you could probably do it.
I can handle it. And then we tie. Mine doesn't look as cute as yours.
What do you mean?
I broke it. It got off-centered. Okay. So, if you get bad, try that.
Okay.
I will say that I get that because there are times when I legit get allergies so bad that I straight up get a fever. Like, I feel miserable, like I actually have a cold. And people are like, well, how do you know it's not a cold? I'm like, well, because it's timed with all this allergy nonsense and it doesn't last like a cold does. It's just different. Actually, maybe I don't know. It's not a cold. So we're making bows?
Yes.
This is so cute.
No knots, because I don't want people to not be able to get in their silverware, you know?
That's true. And some fool would seriously be sitting there, like, struggling it instead of just, like, rolling it off the bottom.
Yeah. I got a lot of dumb friends, so.
Well, I mean, people will be drinking. You have to always consider that.
That is true.
What else is going on in the life of Jessye? We're almost there with this wedding thing.
Dude.
We had a wonderful bridal shower.
Yeah, it was so fun.
You got spoiled. You had so many underwear. I thought it was hilarious because Katie was sitting next to you and she was just like, I can't with any more underwear. Like, I'm done with this. It was so funny.
She's hilarious. It got to the point where, like, the last couple I opened, I was like, Katie, there's a pair of underwear. Don't look.
Look at what we got. I'll give you one guess. Yeah, it was pretty funny. She was just like, really?
Katie is a hoot and
then I'm like, dude. and she sat right next to you, so she'd be like all up in the face of every single pair.
Yep.
It was funny.
It was really great.
You got some pretty awesome underwear, actually, from America. Like ones with Bigfoot on them that I am jealous of.
Those are really so cool.
I want to get some. I bought these really cute underwear. Well, I bought Adam this, like, beard stuff for Valentine's Day or something one year. And I bought this cute pair of underwear that looked like, kind of like boys, like tighty-whities, but they're black and white. But, and they say, place beard here.
Good Lord.
And I was like, oh my god. And they're so funny. They're so cute, but they're like really comfortable underwear. And I was like, oh, I'm going to get some of these. But I'm like, Blake doesn't have a beard. That might be weird. Blake's like, I will grow a beard.
He has 0 amounts of them. Yeah, no, it was
it's
really,
not that he
really
doesn't
great.
have a beard by choice.
Yeah.
He
can't.
physically doesn't have a beard.
He can't at all. Yeah. We saw some guy at the bar that's got like a pretty sweet beard, and Blake was like, man, he's like, you kind of trimmed it up a little bit, you know. He's like, yeah, you know, he's like, I trimmed it pretty short the other day, but it's like kind of grown out a bit. And Blake's like, yeah, he's like, this is like a few months. I was like, okay, you are.
I get
so
mad
sweet
when Adam trims his beard because he will go in to like trim it and then accidentally do it too short and then do the other side and then try to fix the first side and then
you gotta shave it all.
It's like down to like nothing and he'll like walk out and I'm like, what the hell did you do? What is happening right now?
Why don't you just do it for him? Isn't that
do.
like what you do?
I do. Yes. But I also want him, so like I'm happy to like maintain it, you know?
Yeah.
But like also in between, like, you know, because I always like trim it up and make it look nice for haircuts and stuff. But I'm like, in the in-between times, you can still like clean yourself up a little bit.
Yeah. Also, my big thing lately has been like,
I'm like,
when I die, like, what are you gonna do? You gotta have some skills left over. He can't forget how to trim his beard because you do it all the time.
I was like thinking, what are you gonna do? Like, how are you gonna dress me or something? And I was like, I thought we were gonna burn you up and turn you into a firework.
No. So that's been my recent trend lately. Like the other day with the rice cooker, Blake was like, I don't know how to do this. You need to do this. I'm like, you need to learn how to use the rice cooker because if I die, you can never not drink drink rice again. Make rice again. He was like, no, I'm going to buy those little microwave cups. And I'm like, Blake, you know the rice cooker rice is so much better.
So the real story is you got to learn to do this because when we have a kid and you're going to have to be able to make dinner and
I mean, he actually
stuff sometimes.
Don't get me wrong. He makes dinner a lot.
No, I know.
So
I was over there the other day. He was whipping dinner out. I'm like, dang. I would feel guilty about not cooking dinner, but Adam also isn't cooking dinner, so whatevs. Not my problem. Yeah. I'm having drunk water for dinner tonight.
Whoop, whoop. I had half a burrito.
Half a burrito. I was going to come home and make like a protein shake or something, but I ended up getting stuck at work for a really long time, and I didn't. But yeah, so apparently all the new rage is this sparkling hard water, which is kind of funny to me because like hard water means you have minerals in your water. Like it's a thing, right? Oh, we have hard water. It leaves stains in our shower.
Trisha's getting a water softener in her house.
Oh lordy,
because she's sick of the white stains.
Okay. Hashtag first world problem.
Hashtag bougie.
There we go. That is definitely bougie. I feel like this one's ugly. Is this acceptable?
It's fine.
It's funky. Is no one gonna notice?
I don't think so.
Roll it a little tighter.
Oh, okay. Here's a question. What's your take on a seating chart or a no seating chart? Do you want to hear my arguments to myself?
Well, I will give you my pros and cons first.
Okay.
Seating charts can be fun because you can kind of mix people up and get other people to get to know each other. That's all my pros. Otherwise,
I have one other pro, though.
People are just going to want to go hang out with people they know, whatever. I heard this in an audiobook, and I was like, that is the cutest thing ever, and I will highly recommend this. Seat everyone on a seating chart and put them all at tables with people they don't know, but make them have one thing in common, and they have to figure out what it is. Boom. Like,
I'm not doing all that difficult.
I heard that they're like, these people had all lived in Chicago at one point in their lives. These people all love to cook. Like, and then stuck them all together. I thought that was really cute, but a lot of work, yeah.
The only thing because I don't picture anybody really sitting at their seat very long at all. That's not what I really want my wedding to be.
Well, especially you have all these games. We're going to be moving around.
But what ticks me off when I go to weddings, because, I mean, you kind of like to have a home base.
Right.
Which I get.
And then you never have somewhere to go back to, and, like, that's where my purse is. Or...
Right. Well, that, and also, when you don't have a seating chart, like, you know, you've got a table of 8, right? And, like, 5 people will sit down at a table, and then nobody takes those last 3 spots.
Right.
And that gets me.
3 more people cram their chairs around another table, so there's 11.
So that's
you can count on me and Adam to take up 2 rando spots at a table for you, but I can't vouch for anybody else.
Yeah. And, like, we have some people that, like, you know, like, there will some oddness because we have some people that, like, aren't going to have dates.
Producer Brad.
Is he not going to bring somebody?
I don't know. You gave him +1, didn't you?
Yeah.
That was very generous and kind of you.
Why?
I just feel like it was.
Oh. I kind of just, like...
bring that divorce lady.
I kept thinking, like, you know, some of these people really don't need one because they don't have another person, but I'm like, they'll probably be way more willing to come
if they can bring someone to chat with. Yeah.
I have 0 promises that there's going to be any single people. So Blake's all about BYOP is what he keeps telling his friends.
Bring your own peeps.
Bring your own pussy.
Blake! What about the ladies that want to bring something? That can also be penis.
I don't have any single ladies. That's the whole point. There's like single men going, no single ladies. So that's why Blake keeps telling people.
Okay, but I was going to get real upset because I was going to be like, that is like seclusionary, but it could also be bring your own penis. So I feel good.
That's true. No, there's legitimately.
It could also, if maybe you're asexual, bring your own pet.
Love it.
We had a patient not that long ago that, like, felt the need to tell every single person that she encountered that she was asexual. And I was like, cool. So anyway, your eye.
Yeah.
It was the strangest thing. Not because she was asexual, but just because she, like, kept bringing it
Yeah,
up.
like, not gonna help me
I'm like,
help you at all.
Look, honey, that's awesome for you. Nobody cares.
If you want to talk about it, you talk to a therapist. I'm here to fix your eye.
I just couldn't figure out what the correlation was.
That's funny.
I mean, maybe she was just, I mean, there are some retinal diseases that are, can be caused by, like, secondary to syphilis and stuff. So maybe she just wanted to really clarify that that was not what she had.
She does not have syphilis.
This isn't syphilis. I'm asexual. You can be asexual and still get syphilis.
I'm sure.
I mean,
well, because, I mean, I'm sure that a lot of them still have sex because that's what probably many of their partners want.
Yeah, or maybe they don't have partners, or maybe it took them a long time to realize they were asexual.
Yeah.
Or maybe they got syphilis a different way.
What an interesting thing, because, like, you know, naturally
I feel like I'm asexual not by my own choice at this point. That was oversharing.
Tav's already been married too long. Not a good sign. Not a good sign. No, actually, it's really bad. You, like, are in a relationship for a long time, and you're just like...
We got other shit to do. No.
Yeah.
I don't always feel like that, but...
It's just like sometimes I'm like, when was the last time? Like, yeah. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's funny, because you just get caught up in, like, life and like, I don't know, other things end up taking priority for some reason.
Well, also, I mean, in my defense, Blake does go to bed super early.
Right.
So, it's not like we're both going to bed at the same time and are like, oh, this might be fun before we go to sleep.
Right.
It's like, Blake's
He's been asleep for 5 hours.
Yeah.
And he's getting up in 2. Yeah. That's hard.
But.
So, drunk water.
Drunk water, that's what we were talking about.
We are drinking drunk water. We're hipsters. It's all the rage right now.
Thank the hipsters for the drunk water.
It actually is, like, decent tasting and is not a lot of calories. I mean, it's a good way to get drunk, I suppose.
Yeah.
And possibly might be hydrating us at the same time.
Possibly.
We're not really sure.
We're not scientifically have that proven, but
it is liquid.
It's a decent theory.
But it's also got alcohol in it, which is a diuretic.
Not a dehydrant.
But it's same concept.
Just an actual word.
Yeah, I was going to say dehydrant sounds cool, but it might not actually be a word. That's okay, though. So how many of these bad boys are we making? Because you have a box of 500 pieces of silverware, and I don't think you have that many guests.
No, I'm making 150.
Okay.
Which is still hopefully more than will be there, but...
You know, I think it would be okay to make all these and have your place settings. And then you could also have, like, loose silverware somewhere as backups.
Yes.
In case anybody drops a fork.
Right. So yeah, 150
and
is like
above licking it and eating with it anyways.
Well, yeah, and there will be a little cup of forks, like, with the cake, you know?
All right.
So.
All of the cake. You got your cake topper.
I did get my cake topper from my grandma. That's nice.
She was adorable
at your shower. She did so well.
She was like, seemed to enjoy it and wasn't stressed out, which was nice. And when it came time to introduce herself, she was like, I'm the grandma.
Yeah. For a second, she was like...
She knew who she was.
She's like, I was not listening. What are we doing?
What's happening
and then we're like, you're introducing yourself. She's like, I'm grandma. I'm like, sweet.
There you go.
She knew what, like...
where she was.
And who she was. Somewhat. And even the
who you were. Yeah. Which is important.
Yeah.
What a lovely thing for that moment, you know? I mean...
And, like, even 2 days later, I said something about, like, Grandma, thanks for coming to my bridal shower. She was like, oh, yeah, that was so fun. And I was like, oh, my God, she remembered.
That's good. You know, maybe she needs some new, like, strong memories to stick, you know? So much of life is just the mundane stuff, and it's like, did I brush my teeth? I don't know. Like, I've brushed my teeth 500,000 times, you know?
Right.
So, but, like, your bridal shower is a big thing.
Yeah.
So, maybe she just needs some more big stuff to really, like, anchor her to a place in time, you know?
I do try not to talk about it too much because
Yeah.
she gets really stressed out about it, and then she starts thinking that it's, like, today.
Oh.
And then she'll be like,
don't worry, we have time.
Yeah, she'll have a hard time sleeping because she'll keep waking me up, and, like, she'll come out and be like, well, aren't I supposed to go pick up the kids? Like, I don't want to get in trouble because I, like, ruined the wedding or something.
Aww.
And I'm like, Grandma, nobody's getting married today. And she'll be like, no, they are. I'm like, no, like, I get married on June 2nd. Then she'll, like,
ways off.
remember for a sec, lay down, then she'll come back out and,
Aww.
like, have the same thing. So
yeah.
She gets real anxious and worked up.
It was nice that she was present for that moment.
Yes, it was really cool.
It was cute. And pictures of you guys were really cute.
Oh my gosh,
She's so
adorable.
adorable.
I had to post that one. I was like, there are so many cute pictures of people, but look at my grandma.
She seemed, like, genuinely happy to, like,
She hardly ever smiles.
Yeah.
I think we just got her, you know.
On a good day.
Well, that and, like, you know, it's not like I'm like, oh, pose for the camera. You know,
Right.
I'm giggling half the time,
Right.
too. And so probably she didn't even know you were clicking the picture at the moment.
Yeah.
And, so yeah, that was really cool. I showed it to her and she was like, why do you have that? Like, Grandma, that's for my bridal shower the other day. She's like, well, why are you keeping it? And I was like, don't you think it's a good picture? She's like, but she was also kind of cranky.
I was going to say, I definitely understand looking at pictures of yourself and going, like, yeah, this is awful.
Oh my gosh, it was the best. There was one day, oh my gosh, I was almost dying. She has, like, a bunch of pictures on the little, like, hutch in the living room. Mm-hmm. And it's, like, you know, a whole bunch of different people. Like, her kids, grandkids, great-grandkids.
And over, I'm sure, a period of time.
Yes, yeah. And so she's, like, going through, and there's, like, one of my grandpa, and she was, like, looking at that. And then she was, like, looking at another one. And, you know, she, like, looked really just like, oh, like, this is a nice picture, this is a nice picture. And then she got to a picture of, like, her great grandkid, and she was just, like, talking to it. She's like, oh, you are so cute, like, look at it. Like, I don't even know if she knows I'm in the room. She's just, like, looking through her photos. And then she got to one of hers, and she's like, that's just not good. And then she, like, kept moving on. And I was like, oh, you are hilarious, you're so funny.
She's got nice things to say. And isn't that the truth? Like, we have nice things to say about all kinds of other people, but when it comes to ourselves, we're, like, the most harsh critic.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, I can find something, like, redeeming or good about anyone. Like, their personality, what they look like. Like, I can always dig something out, you know? But then myself, I'm always like, ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
It was funny because I sent Heather, like, my favorite one of her and I last night.
Oh, those were all so cute, yeah.
And I was like, Heather, like, I think we need to learn how to take pictures more often because, like, this picture is freaking so good. And she's like, oh my God. I'm going to start using my selfie sticks all the time if we're going to take pictures like that.
Maybe it was the photographer.
It could have been. It really could have been. Maybe we just need Tab with us all the time.
Just follow you around like your own personal paparazzi.
Oh my gosh, it was seriously hilarious. I was like, I freaking love this right now.
Selfie sticks. I just don't know how you can be like a self-respecting person.
She's got a few, she said. So.
And have a selfie stick.
I have one.
No, I can't.
My mom has one.
I can't even take a picture of myself without a selfie stick and not feel like an asshole.
I know. You know, I see.
How am I going to whip that out in public in front of people and be like, now look at this?
Yeah.
No.
Well, it's funny, too, because I constantly see people, like, taking pictures of themselves, and I'm always like, look at that person taking a picture of themselves, you know? And so it's not even one of those things where I'm like, oh, like, people, you know, I think people are looking at me, but they're probably not. I'm like, no, people are looking at me.
Yeah, no, because I'm looking at them.
Yeah.
When they're doing it, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You look like an idiot. Do you realize that you look like an idiot?
I do the same thing at the gym, too. I get worried about if I'm, like, doing a workout right.
Yeah.
And then
This is why I don't go to the gym.
Well, and then I try to think, and I'm like, people aren't paying attention. Then I'm like, how many times have I sat in my head and been like,
And
what the
watched
fuck
some
is
guy.
that person
Yeah.
doing? They are going to hurt themselves.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, people are thinking, like, what the hell is she doing?
How many times are you like, ugh, you're not here to work out. You're here to pick up guys with your makeup and your cute hair, you know, or whatever. And then I'm like, somebody's talking shit about me too.
Yep.
I'm talking shit about them.
I know, you think it doesn't happen, but, like, it does. People talk shit. People judge.
Mm-hmm.
It's just if you care about it or not.
Yeah.
And for
And
the
there's
most part, I don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's most of the time I'm just like, whatever, I don't give a crud what you think. But
With
yeah,
the
there's
gym,
times I feel like you're more self-conscious.
With the gym, the only reason I care is because I legit don't want to hurt myself.
Yeah. Well, so okay, well, it'd be okay if they came over and said like, hey, you shouldn't be lifting.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be using your leg like that. Do this. Or whatever.
Somebody probably, actually, I don't know.
And then I'd be all embarrassed and be like, don't talk to me! Stranger danger!
I gotta go. I just remembered. I gotta go. Bye.
What? Oh, I'm getting a call! Yeah. Well, I have to say that I am, like, uber self-conscious about certain things. And one of them is, like, sweating in front of other people. I'm weirded out by sweat so bad.
I also, like, I mean, at this point, I've been going to the gym for quite some time. It really doesn't bother me anymore. And I'm to the point, too, now where I'm like, I really don't give a shit what you think I'm doing at this point, because I don't care. But at the beginning, I can't tell you how many workouts I did underneath the staircase to, like, try to stay away from eyesight of anybody.
They're underneath the staircase.
Yes.
Okay. That seems very Harry Potter of you.
Probably was the most Harry Potter thing I've ever done.
Super Harry Potter. I do my workouts under the staircase. Was there a cupboard?
No. It didn't shut.
That would be lovely. That's what I need. I need to go to a gym and have my own tiny room where no one can look at me. Oh yeah, I have a house.
That is true.
Yeah. So, should we hit anything else?
What's going on in your life? I feel like this has been all about me.
Well, because it's booze and I do's. What's going on in my life? I'm looking for shoes for your wedding. Ooh. Planning a trip for your bachelorette party.
Are you planning?
Well, I mean, I'm planning on going.
Well, yeah, you gotta plan on going.
So, I'm gonna confess something to you right now.
Okay.
I have weaseled my way out of every single person I have ever known and loved bachelorette party my entire life.
If you want to weasel your way out, you can do that, girl.
No, I literally, like, at first, even when you were talking about it, I'm like, oh, don't worry about planning around me. I got stuff going on. Like, whatever. And then it kept kind of getting rescheduled, and I felt like, oh, I should probably go. And I am kind of looking forward to it. Like, I'm like, I don't know why now. I'm like, okay, whatever. I may have just, I was probably quite a bit of a prude for a long time.
Well, and also, like, I mean, I
just don't give a fuck anymore about just anything. And I'm like, I do not care.
I feel like mine is really not, like, the typical...
Yes.
Like, the reason why I don't love them is because I'm like, oh, great, I get to be around, like, 8 to 10 females. I'm probably only gonna like 2 of them.
Yeah,
and
no.
Everybody's gonna find a reason to hate each other.
That's been my thing always, is I'm like, oh, awesome, I'm gonna go hang out with 10 chicks. And somebody's going to be crying, and somebody's going to be trying to fight somebody, and, like, I don't want to be your babysitter. I do think that it has to do with the group of people and the small amount of them. And granted, I don't know either. I mean, really, Mackenzie or Heather really well.
Yeah.
But the time that I have spent around them, they seem to be pretty chill.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if Jessye.
I don't know if chill's exactly the word I would use for Mackenzie, but
well, but I'm like, so my thing is like, yes, Mackenzie might be like the X factor to the whole thing, but Heather especially, I feel like if you're friends with her, like she has to be decent.
I mean, it's hard for me to be friends with a woman.
Yeah, no, I'm like, if you're friends with her, she can't be full of a bunch of drama and nonsense and ridiculousness. So I'm like, I can get on board with that.
She's one of the least dramatic bitches I know.
Yeah, so okay. Like, that's my style.
Kenzie's one of the most dramatic bitches I know, but
if none of the rest of us are, like, right. I don't feel like, I'm like, okay. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's going to be really fun. And I honestly, like, to just hit me at the right point in my life.
Sweet.
Where I'm like, okay, this could be fun. Because there's definitely been plenty of times where I was like, absolutely not.
Well, yeah, and it's not going to be the kind of thing where I'm like, okay, everybody needs to wear, like, a pink dress for the first night, and right. Everybody needs to wear a black dress for the second night. Like, you know, sometimes they just go a little too far, and I'm like, all right, people. This is getting a little insane.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, like, I know that you are down to, like, just have a good time and relax and enjoy life, so.
It's also legitimately, like, less than a week before the wedding.
Right? So, yeah, I mean, how crazy are we gonna get, you know, I mean.
Yeah.
Just gonna go chill.
It's gonna be fun. I mean, I'm not saying we're not gonna, like, party a bit.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, I like to party.
So we gonna party a bit.
So, your RSVP card, I noticed that you had written little numbers on the back, so I'm like, I know that she did that so she can know who they're from.
You know, I just read it, everything said I should do that, and I'm like, you know what, if everything says I should do it, I might as well do it.
That's true,
there hasn't been one person that I can't freaking read.
Some person's gonna be like, write something else. Because I saw that we were, you know, lucky number 7, I was like, oh, she's gonna know who it's from regardless, so I was almost gonna put on there, you know, you have the open spots for names, and I was gonna put, my name is Rod, and I like to party. And then I was like, well, they know what I'm talking about. Because I don't know if everybody's in love with Hot Rod, the movie,
the best
like
movie
I am.
Ever.
But, yes, it's so great. And I was just going to... Then I was just going to put on the next right. No, my name's Rod, and I like to party.
You can't use that one! It's a great movie.
So, instead, I just put our real names, and I said, we're ready to fucking party.
It's funny because...
Is that going to go in your scrapbook?
I could. I'm
with
saving
the
them
F
all.
word on it?
I'm saving them all. But, it's funny because, like, just to see who, like, puts commentary and, like, who doesn't.
Oh, I'm going to need some more forks over here, girl. We're running out of forks. Nice. Well, now I'm also going to need more knives.
Because, yeah, my great aunt and uncle, like, my dad's aunt and uncle.
Oh, I'm sure some people were putting very sweet things like, oh, I'm so excited.
Oh, there's really no, like, sweet things. So, like, hers
Oh.
was like, oh, yeah! And I'm like, cool, glad you're stoked, you know?
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, it's gonna be a good time.
I do. I think it's going to be a great time. It's super fun.
I mean, and if people don't have fun, to me, that's your fault.
That's because they chose not to. I mean, realistically, that's life, you know?
Yeah.
It's what you make of it. I had this 80. He was 90-year-old man tell me today that they had some music going last weekend at his little retirement home or whatever, and he said, I danced with 6 different women that night.
Aww.
And I was like, ooh, you get some. Like, you have fun.
That's very sweet.
It was so cute. And I'm like, he was like all like suave and proud of himself. 6 different women.
I'm trying to figure out, like, because, you know, one of the little wedding traditions I think is really sweet is when they have, like, you know, if you're a couple, like, go out and dance, right? And then it's like, if you've been together for more than 5 years, stay.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah.
if not, like, go. But I'm trying to think of who the longest is going to be?
Your parents?
Might be Blake's grandparents. Because he still does have a set left.
Yeah, that's cute. Because it is kind of honoring, like, look, these people really stuck it out.
Yeah.
You know?
But see, then also in lieu of
right, because
things
then
happening
it's
in
be
life,
like,
then it's picking people out that are having
sad.
issues at the moment. So
Right.
I'm kind of like, maybe I won't do that.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because, like, I mean, like, I don't want to have a whole bunch of things that are
Right.
like, we have to do this and we have to do
This
that.
is a wedding thing, so now we're going to.
Yeah. But, I mean, something like that I think is nice because then it gets everybody up, it gets everybody
Right.
out there.
And you're like, well, I'm already out here, might as well dance.
Yeah. But, yeah, so I don't think we'll do that. I kind of just thought about that all the way through. That was...
You're like, maybe not. Also, though, okay, remember, this is your wedding.
I know.
You know, I understand wanting to be sensitive to people and everything, but you also have to do, like, what's going to make you happy. And just, like, if they're not having fun, that's their own fault. If they're getting divorced, that's their own fault. I mean,
That is true.
I'm not going to, like, cry a river because, like, what? I mean, can I still dance on the dance floor because I was married for 10 years, but just not to...
You're like, Adam, stay with me, because if we add up everybody's, it's longer.
I'm good. I've got so many years of marriage in my belt. Yeah, we were just talking the other night, and he was like, oh, wow. Like, because we were just like, oh, I guess it's going to be our anniversary this summer. I was like, oh, it's going to be 4 years. Dang. That kind of whipped by,
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, we've been together for 6. And I'm like, talk to me when it's been 13 years. Because to me, like, that's the longest relationship I was ever in. So I'm like, it doesn't feel long to me yet,
Yeah.
So I hope he's still talking to me when it's been 13 years.
I hope so, too.
I sometimes
or you're
wonder.
Be less of a cocksucker and more of a cock cutter.
Cock blocker? I might be more of a cocksucker. What if I just get real slutty? I mean, I did last time. For a hot minute. I could be a cougar at that point.
That's hilarious. I do kind of want to do, like, the chicken dance.
Oh, the chicken dance is fun.
So down for that.
Mm-hmm. And nobody has to worry about getting offended over the chicken dance.
Nope. Doesn't matter if you're divorced or together for 20, 30, 40 years.
You can still chicken dance.
You can still chicken dance, dog.
I like it. Did you count out how many napkins?
Yes.
Okay. So I was like, how do we know when we're done?
This stack is 150. I don't think we're going to have enough.
Holy jeez.
Enough
twine.
Twine.
Some more twine out here. Well, should we call it a night?
Let's call it.
I think we should. I'm gonna drink some more drunk water. We'll show Brad up for not coming. Yeah, I love because he texted us and was like, ooh, don't think I'm gonna be able to make it. We're gonna have to cancel. And I was like, who do you think you are?
Well, I like how he said he's the glue that holds us together.
I'm like, we podcasted for a long time before you ever showed up, dude. We can manage. Granted, we might have had some technical difficulties, but that's because we have new equipment.
Yeah.
So, there. This round, I think we forgot to make a moment of silence, so let's do that real quick. It'll be 5 seconds. We're like crackheads waiting for a minute to go by. We're like, okay.
That's been a minute. All right.
Okay. So, find us on all the social medias. And there was going to be something that I thought would be a fun little thing we were going to do. Oh, we need to record a little explicit language warning, I feel like.
Oh, okay. Because, every once in a while, I throw on the F word.
I do a lot. I just cuss more and more every day, I feel like. And I don't care.
Because you're getting older and...
I just don't care.
Just realize... Who the fuck cares?
My thing has always been, even since I was a child, like, I would always question, like, why is that even a bad word? what makes it a bad word. Just because you say it's a bad word, I should think it's a bad word. Like, the whole concept is a little mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I also have just ceased to worry about what other people think.
Yeah.
So
It's a good way to live your life.
yeah. They're welcome to not listen. And mostly they do.
I don't think it's because we curse, though.
They don't even know we curse. For those of you who are listening, though, thank you. We love you. Talk to us. Tweet us. We really are giving up. I'm giving up on Facebook as a general thing.
I know.
And now it's like the cool thing to do. So I feel like everyone's just... Facebook is dying. So don't bother looking for us on Facebook. But you can get us on Instagram, which Facebook also owns. And you can find us on Twitter and tweet at us. And sometimes I'm flaky and I don't check it for a few days, but I'll get back to you.
Tab will eventually. I don't do the Twitters.
Totally will. I quite enjoy Twitter. And so, yeah. Drink up, people.
You have crap to do.
Bye.
Bye.